Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just let us wait for a couple of minutes, huh? And we'll start. I'm on it.
Yeah, hi.
Just wait for a couple of minutes, huh? We are just waiting for people to join and we'll start.
Okay.
Anybody who newly joined today? I can see few people who joined yesterday. Ali, I can see Sidram, and then I think Swati joined today only, right?
Yeah, I too joined today only.
Okay, Madan. Okay, Madan, Swati, Nikhil. How about you?
We only have me.
No,
Okay,
I attended on Saturday.
okay, okay, okay. Mustaq.
Shahid here.
Hey, Shahid, I think you were there yesterday, right? Shahid.
Hello.
Yeah, Swati, I think you joined today only, right?
I have attended demo class, but today I have joined your.
I see. Okay. How about you, Ali? I think you joined, right, yesterday?
No,
No,
I
this is the first
joined
time.
starting, but uh,
Okay,
before the starting, I disconnected. Yeah.
I see. Okay, no problem. No problem. Mustaq.
Yeah, this is my first class actually.
Okay, okay. Okay, I think Shastrik, I think you also today only, right?
I joined today.
Okay, okay. I'm just waiting for one or two other people are joining. We'll start. Can I
It's
know
a
who is
demo.
joined with name SB?
My name is
Uh,
Sai Sanchit.
SV Sainath.
Oh, Sai. Sorry. So, okay, Sai Sanchit also joined and Sai not joined. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Is this a demo class?
Actually, demo happened yesterday, Sai, and we
Okay.
are going for with some introduction today. And anyway, it
Okay.
like almost like I'm going to cover about Snowflake and how it is unique in the market. And we try to see
Okay.
what is the Snowflake unique features. Okay.
Uh, okay. If you don't mind, is this paid or
It is paid only. It's clearly mentioned.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah. You can check it. Maybe the link
yeah,
which you can see is clearly mentioned.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Ali, just wait for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Mustaq Ali,
Okay.
just 1 minute. I'm not speaking anything. Just okay. Let us start. So, whoever joined yesterday, you might have got some fundamental idea, very basic level of idea on Snowflake, which we discussed about, but we go a little bit deeper today. And who are new here, I want to introduce myself. My name is Srinivas, and some people may already know about me with my community. So, who are part of my community, they may know, and who are not part of my Snowflake community, there's a WhatsApp community. I'll try to share that community, free community. You can join in after during the training. And I have nearly 20 plus years of IT experience, and I'm currently working as a senior Snowflake data architect in UK in a multinational investment company, and I extensively work on the projects which involve end-to-end cloud data pipelines using Snowflake AWS and also Airflow and DBT. And I am also a data scientist who work on data science projects also, where my job is to build data pipelines, and on top of that data, I build machine learning models and generative AI models using Python and PySpark and Snowflake Cortex AI and generative AI features also. And today, I just want to give you a high level and introduction about Snowflake and what are the different features. And I also will show you how to create a Snowflake account, a free account, and how to log in into that using the credentials. And we'll try to see the Snowflake journey, how we can start today. So I'm sharing my screen. And let me know if you are able to see. If you have any specific questions, I will give the time, the last 5 to 10 minutes you can ask. And come into like Snowflake. Before jumping into Snowflake, we discussed about some basics about Snowflake, but however, let us try to understand what is a conventional data warehouse, because Snowflake is also a cloud data warehouse. But before Snowflake, how the data warehouse was people leveraging, let us try to discuss about that. So whenever you see in the early 90s decade and between 90s and then 2000, every company was very busy in building the databases, not data warehouse. Data warehouse was not available in 90s. So people were mainly focusing on how to store the data in the databases like Oracle SQL Server, and then Sybase. Many different databases came into the market with very advanced features in database development. And every company at enterprise level, they started storing the data in the database, and then started using that for their application development. So front end will be some tool, and back end will be the databases. So that is how the industry was running. So whenever every enterprise, they are successfully able to build the databases and applications, but whenever there was a requirement for analysis, the real-time database environments were not sufficient. So every company started, when they started the analysis, they used to get a wrong direction, because real-time data will be keep on changing. It will not be stable. Suddenly the customer account, he may withdraw some money while I'm doing my analysis. So my analysis will go wrong. So suddenly the real-time data may change. So my analysis, where I am going to build, may deviate because of this particular immediate changes. So a data warehouse is required where it can store the historical data. That is what the place where the birth of conventional data warehouse has been started. So every company started thinking like, why we should touch and disturb the real-time environment or real-time database. Let us try to have a separate database to where we can store a historical data of maybe last 5 years, and then use that for our analysis, so that the data may not be keep on changing, and which will be stable. So my analysis also will go in a right direction. At the same time, I need to refresh the data warehouse on the real-time data also to get the accurate analysis. So what every company started, they started building their enterprise level data warehouses, which started in 2000s, and then the data which people used to store, and even a data warehouse is also a database only. So we need to have a database to build a conventional data warehouse, but it will have a historical data, not live data, present data. So the tools which got very popular is Informatica. Informatica was very popular in early 2000s, where companies started hiring the people who knows Informatica, and Oracle is very hard skill. And people who knows data stage, SSIS, BODS also were having huge demand because they are also similar to Informatica, like ETL tools. Who knows one ETL tool, one database? People used to call them as ETL engineers or data warehousing engineers. So their job is to build these conventional data warehouses by using these particular tools. On top of that, whoever wants to build business intelligence dashboards. So this data warehouse, the objective of building data warehouse is to build analysis reports. So the data warehouses started helping the enterprise companies to build their enterprise level data analysis reports and dashboards, which will help their management teams or sales teams to analyze their business. Maybe last month sales and current month sales, I want to compare and see how the sales are trending. Is it increase in sales or decrease in sales? According to that, the management or sales team can take some decision on which products are impacting the sales, which are the least performing products. Okay, a particular store is not performing good. Why? What is the reason? Which products are impacting? Maybe one other store is performing very well, and what is the reason? So people used to compare like that. But to build these kind of reports, we need a stable data. That is where data warehouse will help us. And the sources, what will the sources for this data? Companies' internal products, and also companies also will have a CRM applications. Internal companies' data only people used to leverage. And the structure of the data, which is basically we have so many different types of data now. Structured, semi-structured, quasi-structured, unstructured also. But in the early 2000 and the 2010 decade was only people are focusing on structured data, which is in rows and columns, basically in the database tables and Excel and flat files. Plus the required knowledge to work on this particular conventional data warehouse, also people who knows Oracle with SQL PLSQL or SQL Server with TSQL, who knows this kind of database technologies were having huge demand with one ETL tool. And when I talk about data warehouse, we also need to load the data from the real-time database to data warehouse environment. So we need to plan a scheduled activity to daily refresh the conventional data warehouse. That is where people used to use a batch jobs. A batch job will help to people used to use batch jobs which will run on a particular time after business hours, and it will refresh the conventional data warehouse. So here data warehouse is also a database. So we will try to keep on refreshing that on every day or every week according to the project demand. So as soon as this particular data warehouse is ready, then people started leveraging the reporting tools, which will help to build the reports. Crystal reports was very popular at that time. There are so many tools, MicroStrategy also, which will help in building the reports on top of this conventional data warehouse, which is stored in the database. When you move to 2010 decade, there was a big revolution in the data. Suddenly data growth has increased and people started experiencing large amount of data within a span of 2 years. And that too, to manage this data, the existing real-time databases were not sufficient. So people started thinking for alternative solutions. Can someone tell me what could be the reason for sudden data growth after 2010? Any answer?
Increase in demand, sales and services.
Correct. But
Also increase in usage of smartphones and that all.
Very good. Smartphone utilization. Excellent, Shastri. Because the smartphone utilization increased because there was a reason, because social media has been increased. Correct, no? Very well. Social media, when started by Facebook, everybody started getting provision to upload images, videos, documents, everything. Similar to that, other social media applications like LinkedIn, WhatsApp, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, you can see how many social media applications have been invented later because of the impact of Facebook. And suddenly the structured data has been changed to semi-structured, quasi-structured, and unstructured. So all these types also have been included in the sources. So nowadays you can call a voice also a data, a image also a data, a video also a data, a document also a data. I cannot go and say the data is only a flat file or a database table. Whatever the data you receive, you should be able to process. So to manage this kind of data, structured data I can manage using databases, but other types of data to manage, I cannot use the traditional RDBMS because they are designed for structured data only. To overcome this, we got big data tools like Hadoop came to the market with H3FS and MapReduce, and then people started using that to manipulate the data, huge amount of data, petabytes of data. And then people started using MapReduce and followed by Spark to process this huge amount of data and push into the big data environment. On top of that, people started using BI tools like Power BI, MicroStrategy, Tableau, ClickView, many different advanced BI tools also came to the market because they can process even big data also. The existing other tools may not be able to process big data, so the industry has to invent new business intelligence tools also, advanced tools. And now the sources, since a big data came to the market, the sources became internal products, CRM applications, plus social media also became part of the data now. So some people do sentiment analysis on social media, Twitter analysis, because we need social media as the input for this. I want to see which particular product the customers giving positive response or negative response or neutral response. The sentiment analysis is very, very important for the companies to see how their products are running in the market, how the customers are reacting to their products. So every company do the sentiment analysis. Amazon do, Apple do. Every company will do this kind of sentiment analysis. So there are so many other applications also people started building like recommendation engines. So recommendation is very common now. If you go to Amazon also, you'll receive a recommendation when you buy any products, correct or not, everyone? Did anytime you receive recommendations when you buy any product? Why can't you buy? If you are buying a laptop, you can also buy a charger or a headphone. So these kind of applications, if at all I want to build, I cannot rely on traditional databases. I need the real-time data, which is on-fly data, credit card fraud detection, money laundering detection. I work for money laundering, anti-money laundering team. I do daily identify suspicious transactions in money laundering because it's a risky, but very risky team in the bank. If you miss the money laundering transactions, you have to pay. Credit card fraud transactions also. You need to flag them immediately or else the customer will lose the money. So if you can't build a credit card fraud detection engine or money laundering detection engine, I need to able to capture live data also. That is where slowly the big data warehouse has been converted to big data lake. A lake will have continuous data also, historical data also. A big data lake can manage all types of data with live data plus historical both. So a big data warehouse has been slowly moved to big data lake, but most of the data here is structured and semi-structured. And then unstructured. All these should be captured on fly. And also, when I talk about the technologies which we need to analyze, we need semi-structured and unstructured plus Java is required. So Java is important here. That is what people were looking into. After the demise of MapReduce, slowly Spark came to the market and it captured the like market, and slowly Python has been also replaced Scala. Now you can see PySpark is one of the important technology in the data engineering side, and it can also manage batch and live data also. So we need to depend on these particular tools to manage a big data lake or big data warehouse also. And coming to like the knowledge basically which required for any data warehousing engineer during this time period is mainly, if it is a data warehouse, you should know SQL, PLSQL and TSQL. If it is a other like tools where you want to go and build, you need to know like Java is very important here. Let me go with, yeah. So data warehouse, I may end with SQL, PLSQL, where big data I need mostly Java. I come into like the data loading frequency. So go and see for big data, you can manage both batch and live. But in case of data warehouse, I only focus on batch. So most of the differences, if you see, the data warehouse as well as big data side, big data is a little bit advanced, which is also a data warehouse only, but it will go with advanced ETL. It can manage different types of file formats. The size also in petabytes. So most of the data warehousing engineers slowly started migrating to big data in early 2010 because of this reason. Even I migrated to big data. I started working with MasterCard on data warehouse and slowly migrated to big data warehouse and big data lake later. And any traditional data warehouse on premise will have some challenges because big data warehouses I can implement, or big data lake I can implement, but the challenge is infrastructure burden. Also, we need to go and have a dedicated team who can manage these environments. And I need a Hadoop administrator if it is a big data warehouse, if it is managed with Hadoop. So this is one of the biggest challenge for most of the companies. And at the same time, the developers also need to learn so many technologies, right? If you go and see in big data side, there are so many frameworks in the big data side, which we need to learn. And then we need to migrate into a big data engineering project. So that challenge gave most of the developers also to step behind to learn big data side. So traditional data warehouse have so many challenges that can be slowly we can overcome using big data, but at the same time, we need to think about the challenges like high cost and then limited storage capacity where the storage is limited and no scalability also. Scalability means if you go and see most of the databases, I can scale up, but I need to experience downtime. I need to stop the database. And data security is one of the biggest challenge. So the data security, if at all I want to go and implement, I need to rely on some kind of encryption methods. I need to write my own code. So it's very easy for the hackers to go and hack. But coming to like other like tools like big data side, there are some level of like security was there with in big data side we were having Kerberos, which is going to give some authentication. So all these were giving the benefit compared to traditional data warehouses. The traditional data warehouse having so many challenges, so companies started thinking about big data as a solution. But at the same time, every data warehousing technology used to face so many challenges to learn these many frameworks. We go and see in 2010 or 12, people who wants to move to big data, they used to know these many frameworks. It is not easy. A developer will get afraid of learning this many. Similar to that, every company also will face some challenges because the big data ecosystem is fragile, so you can't go and like implement this with a single person. So we need Hadoop administrator and other teams. And also rare resource means you need to pay high salaries also. So these challenges became the limitations, became the benefits with Snowflake. So when I say a cloud data warehouse and the on-premise means physical, If you go to cloud data warehouse, everything will be in the cloud. The cloud service will provide all the solutions. We do not need a dedicated team. The cloud team will take care of. If it is the AWS side, AWS team will take care of. Azure team will take care of. Snowflake side also, Snowflake team will take care of. The infrastructure cost will be zero. I do not need to worry about the physical infrastructure. I only need to create an account, log in and use it. Simple. Even Snowflake also the same. Just you will log in, create an account, and then start using it. And coming to the Snowflake side, Snowflake is one of the cloud data warehouse which can be hosted on any clouds like AWS or GCP or Azure. Only these three clouds are Snowflake is allowing now. But while creating the account, it will ask you which cloud you want. It will prompt you. Either you want to go with AWS or either you want to go with Azure or GCP, it will give a choice for us. So whatever the cloud you are interested and your company is using, you have to select that. So you can see here in the left-hand side, either S3 or Google Cloud or Microsoft means one of these particular cloud services or cloud providers we have to select. And we can use any one. And I can load the data into Snowflake from these clouds. Because Snowflake will never allow us to directly load the data into that. So I need to use an intermediate storage. We'll discuss about that in detail, but at high level, please remember that Snowflake is on top of cloud. It is not the on-premise. Plus, Snowflake have some unique features. What are they? Snowflake is very flexible. And then pay as you go. Pay as you go means what? Like we can go and pay after we use it, like our postpaid. And there are so many different other features. Snowflake is unique in the market. The first and foremost thing is simplicity. Very, very simple. You can go to the Snowflake website and and it will prompt you to enter your Gmail, and then it will try to create your account, and then they will send an activation email and click that and your account will be ready. But while creating this account, it will ask some requirement like which is the cloud you want to go with and which is the Snowflake edition. You need to select one of them. Once you select everything, your account will be ready within 2 minutes. And scalability side, I can scale up to any amount of data. There is no restriction like on-premise. So on-premise may have restriction like 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes. If it is full, again I need to increase the size. But in case of Snowflake, I do not need to worry about any amount of data. I can go and store and I can use it. And any amount of workload, like I can go and add any number of users. There is no restriction. This is called scalability. When I say elasticity, so the size of the virtual warehouses, there is a concept called virtual warehouses in Snowflake. The virtual warehouses will not like data warehouse. A virtual warehouse is a group of clusters and each cluster is a group of machines. A cluster means a group of computers. So like that, a warehouse is a group of clusters. So if I have 2 cluster means each cluster may be, assume that they have 10 computers, 10 machines, and 2 clusters will have 20 machines. So your performance will be fast. So if you see one person may take 1 hour, the same task can be completed by 10 people in 10 minutes. Correct or not, everyone? Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? The parallel working will increase the productivity. Similar to that, the virtual warehouse will have the parallel execution. It will have multiple machines. So that is called compute. That is where this elasticity will come into picture. Elasticity means increase the size of the virtual warehouse. I can increase the size whenever I want. This is not possible in other databases. And flexible cost. So flexible cost means the cost is not dependent on what it is like a Snowflake will charge you immediately. First you can use it, and just like a postpaid, you can use and pay. And finally diversity, which is where the data will be can be stored in one location and can be accessed from multiple regions with multiple data, and then so many people can access from multiple locations also. That is one of the core benefit with Snowflake. These are all the 5 unique features which Snowflake is like different from other cloud databases. There are like other databases on the market, like we have like Redshift is there from Amazon side, Google BigQuery, and then we also have like Azure Synapse Analytics. So there are different other cloud databases also, but Snowflake is very different from them and comparatively better than them because of instant elasticity, and then pay-as-you-go and multi-cloud support, and then secure data sharing, zero management. This is very important. If you go to Oracle, SQL Server, all these databases, you need to have a dedicated maintenance. You need to pay also. Infrastructure is required. You need to buy servers. You need to buy database storage. Many things you need to focus on. But here, zero management. You do not need to pay anything for managing environment. Snowflake will take care of it. No need of any ETL when you are sharing the data also. Normally in the other databases, you will transfer the data physically, and then the user will try to use that. But in case of Snowflake, without transferring also, I can share the data. In other coming to other databases, if you delete data and you commit it, save it, you can't restore it. But in case of Snowflake, even if you delete and save it, you can restore. So the historical data we can recover with the feature called time travel. So Snowflake is very innovative and more efficient data warehouse, which follows 3 different layers. The first one is cloud services, which is the brain, we call it as. And second one, query processing layer, also which will have the virtual warehouses. Nothing but virtual machines will be there, and then which will manage your SQL queries which you run. And a database storage, which is a location where you can manage structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data also. But here, your data will be maintained based on the cloud you selected. If you selected AWS, your data will be maintained in S3. If you selected Azure, your data will be maintained in a blob. And if your data you selected Google Cloud, your data will be maintained under Google Cloud Storage. So all these Snowflake will decide. You do not even need to worry. You just need to select the appropriate cloud. That's it. And whatever the charges also, Snowflake will pay to the cloud. You only are responsible for paying to Snowflake, not for other clouds. And coming to like other features, Snowflake is a multi-cluster shared data architecture. So we have shared disk and shared nothing architecture. I don't want to discuss much about that. We'll discuss about that in detail in the next class. But Snowflake follows a shared disk and shared nothing architecture, which is a hybrid architecture with multi-cluster. So multi-cluster means multiple machines will be there to run your queries faster. So that is how Snowflake is different from other tools. And coming to like Snowflake environment, this is basically a cloud platform agnostic, and we need to select one of these clouds while creating the account. If you don't want to use it, you can't create an account. You need to select at least one cloud during the account creation. And coming to like other features, let me try to discuss about like security and data protection. When I say security, any enterprise company, if you go and see, when you join any project, you will have a single sign-on they will create. One single account that will be integrated with all applications. We also call this as enterprise level LDAP also. And some companies also adding multi-factor authentication. A multi-factor authentication indicates an additional level of security. Even if you go and see any bank transaction, you will have an additional level of security, correct or not? OTP. Also, some banks ask you the numbers behind debit card also for authentication. So this kind of multi-factor authentication also is very important nowadays to prevent hackers. So Snowflake allows to use multi-factor authentication also. I can integrate with my account and users. And Snowflake also follows a standard extended SQL. So Snowflake data warehouse will use normal SQL, ANSI SQL commands, DDL, DML, all these are same like other databases. I can even use views, stored procedures, which are available in other databases, here also available. And connectivity, if you see, Snowflake data warehouse supports multiple different connectors, like Python connector, which we are going to learn, and the Snowpark connector, and we also have Power BI connector. Different connectors available to manage Snowflake data from that tool. Matillion ETL, Fivetran, Colis ETL, DBT. There are so many tools available in the market which can manage Snowflake data without logging into Snowflake. And the data sharing, which is basically one of the very unique feature in Snowflake, where you can securely share your data with other Snowflake accounts, that too without physically transferring. Because most of the clients, even my clients, are very worried about to share the data, sensitive data of the customers with others. So we need to secure and protect customer data, critical data, so that the data will be not accessed by unauthorized people. So we should mask it, or we need to share the data with only authorized people without physically transferring. So this data sharing will help in that. And we also have another feature called dynamic data masking, which will help you to mask your data so that others who are not authorized cannot see the data. If it is a masking, it will be available even in a credit card statement also. Your credit card number will be not fully visible, and your email will not be fully visible. And some columns which are customer sensitive columns, that will be masked from the unauthorized users. So data masking and feature can help in that. So apart from that, to summarize, Snowflake is a data warehousing as a cloud service, which is there is no hardware for us to select, install, or configure or manage. We do not need any software also to install here, and all the ongoing maintenance, management, and then upgrades, everything will be handled by the Snowflake team. We only need to log in and use it as a user. So Snowflake sits in the last place, software as a service. So everything will be maintained by the Snowflake team. We only need to log in and use it. And coming to architecture side, Snowflake follows a multi-cluster shared data centralized architecture. Okay, very easy to manage and very easy to speed up, and with even scalability also will be very high. Now I will try to explain more detail about this shared disk and shared nothing architecture in the next class. Also we'll discuss about Snowflake architecture. Now let us see how can we create a Snowflake account as well. When I say Snowflake account, it is similar to how you create a Gmail account. I hope you people might have created so many Gmail accounts or any Outlook account, whatever it is. To create a Snowflake account also, we follow the same approach. So let us try to create a Snowflake account. To create a Snowflake account, we need to go to Snowflake website. So go to Google. In the Google, you can search for Snowflake free trial. You can see here the second option, Snowflake free trial. So I'll go and click on Snowflake free trial. Okay, it's come to here. Let me go here. You can click on this. So it will be redirected to the Snowflake website here. And you can see here, it is clearly showing 30 days free trial. And where for this 30 days free trial, you will get all this immediate access of this AI data cloud. And it will also enable our most critical data workloads and scale instantly and elastically. And you can also get a $400 free usage, which you can use up to 30 days. So after 30 days, Snowflake will prompt you to upgrade your account. You need to upgrade. And to create an account, you need to provide some details. We will try to provide some details which I can give my first name, last name, and email. And why you are signing up, you can select maybe your personal learning and development and click on continue. It will prompt you to enter your company name. You can give any name. There is no restriction. And then you can give any role here. And then this one is very important. Select which edition you want. There are 4 Snowflake editions. Each edition will have its own features. Standard is very basic level, and next one enterprise, and then business critical, and a 4th one virtual private cloud edition. So enterprise is very popular. So most of the companies will start using with enterprise. So let us try to select that, but we'll discuss about all these editions in detail. And this is what I was telling. It will ask you to select one of the clouds. Any one cloud you have to select. Because Snowflake will run on top of these cloud platforms. So we need to select which cloud you want to host your Snowflake environment. So I will select as of now AWS. So automatically it will be selecting my Europe London region because I am located in the London. So if you select, you may be Asia Pacific Mumbai. It may select like that. If you are in India, if you're in US, it will select US region. So according to your location, it will automatically select the region, and you also need to check this checkbox to agree terms and conditions, and then click on get started. So it will prompt you to select some of the options. Please try to skip them if you don't want. Please mute yourself, team, if you are not speaking up. Thank you. So here, if you observe here, it is saying an email to activate your account has been sent to your Gmail. So I use my Gmail. So I might have received an email to activate my account. So let us go to that place. And I need to click on that activate email. So I'll go here. So there is a email here. Let me go to that particular email. And you also will receive similar kind of email when you register like this. Activate your Snowflake account. So click on this. So here you will see a click to activate button, and whatever you see in the down, this is your URL. You also will receive similar kind of URL. Even if I click this, it will go to this URL only. And you will also have a account identifier like this. From here J to 2 is my account identifier for this account. So Snowflake will identify my account using this account identifier going forward. So this URL is very important. You need to keep handy from your side also. Store somewhere, and you need to click on this click to activate, and it will be redirected to the login page and prompt you to create your username and password also. You can create you can give any name. So my advice is always use a regular username password which you use in your other accounts to keep your life easy. So I'm giving my regular user and password I use. So minimum 14 characters is important, and at least one number, no special characters, one uppercase is important. So once you give all these details, click on get started. That's it. Your account is ready. It won't even take not even 2 minutes. Very, very fast. That is the flexibility called simplicity, which I was talking about. See, my account is ready. So to create this account also, we have a document. I will share that. If you feel that you are unable to follow on how to create this account, don't worry. It is very easy, and I will share the document with screenshots. Follow that and create your own account also. But use a Gmail which you can easily access. If my advice is create a new Gmail for Snowflake and use it. So that, and one more interesting thing with Snowflake is I can create any number of accounts with the same Gmail. Snowflake will never restrict you. Assume that after 30 days my account is expired. I can create one more new account with the same Gmail. Even while you are using also you can create. Snowflake will never restrict a user to create an account. If you are after 30 days your account is expired, means your account will be locked. That's it. If you feel that is not important with any data, you can ignore that and create one more account. So for the practice, I always advise people to go with a free account only. And a free account is very, very sufficient for learning. And this is called as Snowflake web interface. Whatever we just logged in, this particular interface is called as Snowflake web interface. And in the left-hand side, you can see what are the different tabs available, and also $400 credit you can see. So this will be used to run all your Snowflake SQL queries, and this $400 will be utilized when you run any query. Assume I ran one query, and it may consume from this $400, and it will this credits will be keep on reducing whenever you run any queries in the Snowflake environment. And apart from that, you can see the trial ends in 30 days. So 30 days is the maximum time to use this $400 also. So your account will be expired in two different scenarios. First scenario is if you after 30 days it will be expired, or if you finish this $400 also your account will be expired. For example, I may finish this $400 within 10 days also. Correct, no? Because consuming credits, we have different ways. So if you consume these credits within 10 days, even then also you have to upgrade your account. Or you have $300 completed, $100 left, but you completed 30 days. So your $100 will be wasted. So either you use or not, after 30 days, your account will be expired, free trial. You need to upgrade by adding your credit card or debit card details. Is it clear, everyone? Any questions on this from anyone? Are you guys able to follow? Ali, Mustaq Ali, Shahid Ali, Swati, Sidram, are you guys able to follow or not?
Yes, I got.
Yes, sir.
Any specific questions you can ask. So this is one of the important stuff for you to, because we need to, if at all I want to practice the hands-on, you need this account. You need to create this account. By tomorrow, I want everyone to create the account so that it will be easy for you to even practice on whatever I'm going to show you. It's very easy. Don't take much time also. Within 10 minutes, you can create. Not even 10 minutes. You saw, right, everyone, how fast it is. But only thing is, you need to keep the URL handy, and username and password you should create, which you can easily remember. Until you will be like, get some experience and keep on using it, you can remember the ID and password, and URL is required. You need to store somewhere. To keep on using it, you will remember the ID and password, but the URL you cannot remember, so you need to keep it in the favorites or somewhere. Now, okay, so we have created this account and we are able to log in into Snowflake web interface, and you can start running SQL commands. How to start running SQL commands is go to the projects and we have a worksheets. So this worksheets is going to help you to run not only SQL commands, I can even run Python coding also in Snowflake. Snowflake is going to help you to run either SQL code or even Python. So we have a Python worksheet and we also have a SQL worksheet also. If at all I want to run any SQL commands, I go with SQL worksheet. If at all I want to run any Python commands to manage Snowflake data, I will use Python worksheet. So I'll click on SQL worksheet for now. If you observe here, this SQL worksheet will allow me to run SQL commands. So I have 3 different databases here. Default one, which is Snowflake will create them. Even you will, if you create your account, you also will see these 3. Because these are the default databases Snowflake will create for every new account. Plus, if you observe here, this is the icons are different. Did you observe that, everyone? This is a database, which is a database for monitoring your environment. It will contain all the metadata related. Metadata means data about the entire Snowflake environment. How many databases are there? How many like procedures are there? And how many machine learning models are there? So we can monitor here in this particular, like how much amount of credits consumed. Because as a Snowflake developer, our responsibility is to how to reduce the consumption of credits. Correct or not, everyone? Do you agree, all of you? If you consume credits means your money is going out of your pocket. Here $400, which you can see. If I finish $400 within 2 days, which means that I'm spending money. Correct or not? Do you agree, all of you? If I spend the $400 for 1 month, I'm saving something. Correct? Is it correct or not? I'm asking. Got to answer. If you are spending $400 for 1 month, is different from spending $400 in 2 days. So you should see how optimally to utilize this $400 credit also. And you need to see which are the best practices to even reduce the cost. So here you can monitor the cost. I should be able to see how many credits left, how many credits are consumed also. So to see that, account usage schema will help. This is a database. All these are called as schemas. Every schema again will have some views and functions. So views will help to monitor the environment. And another database, this is a Snowflake database with sample data. All the sample data will be there. And then we have a default one sample, another database to leverage. You can run your SQL queries here. Okay, so this is where Snowflake commands will be executed. This is the SQL worksheet. I can go and create a database also. So I can simply say create database, ingest data or demo, whatever it is. So ingest data I gave. So my database ingest data successfully created. How can I see that? Simply refresh this button and you will see that. And every new database will have two schemas, information schema and public. If I get one more database also, that also will have the two schemas only. Any new database you see, by default, information schema and public will be by default. If I get one more database like demo here, that also will have the same schemas. See? So this schema is a collection of tables and then database objects. We will try to discuss about all this in detail, but to create a database, this is the command, or I can also create a database from the interface also. If I go here, there is a database symbol, database explorer. If you click this, from here also I can create. How to create? Without running the command, I can click on this and I can say test DB and click on create, and this also will create a new database. Can you see that, everyone? Same schemas. So there are different ways to create databases, tables in Snowflake. I can either create through interface or I can also create from the commands also. You can use any method. I can even create this databases table using Python coding also programmatically. So there are different ways on how to manage a Snowflake environment, and that is basically can be run through different ways. But we will learn all methods. How to create a database we saw, and how to create a table also is very easy through interface. For example, in this ingest data, I have a different schemas which Snowflake created. What if I want to get my own schema? I can create a schema. A schema is a collection of tables or other database objects, views and other database objects. But we'll discuss about that. So simply click on create and you will see a new schema here, but it is empty. No tables are there. And even public also will be empty. So to create a table here, it's very easy. Simply go here, select that and click on create table from file. And it will prompt you to select which how you want to create the table? I want to create a table by loading some file, some CSV file. So simply click on browse, and you can select which file you want to load. Maybe CSV file I want to load as of now. So I will try to select one CSV file. I go to my file location. So my file is located here in this. You can load any kind of file. CSV or there are 6 file formats Snowflake will allow us. So we can load any kind of file here. So I'm just loading a CSV with employees data. So let me try to load a employees file with 1000 rows. And this is a CSV file. So if you have this file size is also should not be more than 250 MB. Snowflake will not allow you more than 250 MB through this interface. If your file size is more than 250 MB, you cannot load from here. Only I know that my file size is or group of file sizes not more than 250 MB, I can use this method. So here it will ask you in which database and schema you want to create. I am selecting the same ingest data dev schema database, and a table name also you can give. I'll like EMP and simply click on next. It will automatically select the columns. See, first name, gender, start date, last login time, salary. We have different columns which are available in the file. All those columns have been automatically selected. The data types also automatically Snowflake selected. All these I will discuss once again. I'm just showing you how to load a CSV file very easily using interface. And when I click on this load button, that's it. Your table will be ready. See, your table has been created with 1000 rows, and my table name is EMP. If I click on generate SQL from table, it will try to create a select statement to see the data. Select star from the EMP table, and it is limiting to 10 rows. Limit 10 means. So when I run this, you can see these are all the top 10 rows of the entire table. If I simply select only like this without limit, it will select all the 1000 rows. See, it is selecting all 1000 rows. If I want to see only top 10, I need to use limit here. Hope you are following, everyone. And you can see the table has been created in ingest data, dev schema, and there is a separate tables tab, and this is the table. Correct, na? Everyone? Can you see the table here, left hand side? EMP, which we created. This is the way how you have to create the table if you are leveraging the interface. But I can manually create also by running create table command also, but we will see that in the next upcoming classes. So this is how you need to like get benefit of the interface. Okay. Any specific questions here? I just want to stop here for today. Any questions?
Yes.
No, sir.
Basically, I'd like to know, like, if we do have any data loading techniques here, like we do have something in Salesforce like data loader, data wizard, something.
Data loader. This is just data loader, right? Whatever we are using now. This
Yes,
is data.
actually, an external like CSV file if we give from Excel sheet.
Correct. That also, see, we gave CSV file, correct, no?
Yes, we gave CSV file here. I saw that. So, and from CSV file, if we want to load data into Salesforce, for example, we will use a data loader or data wizard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Here
like that.
we don't have such options. We need to use. So we cannot directly load any data from Snowflake. We need to use that particular Salesforce connector. Connector should be there. For example, I want from Salesforce, I can connect to Snowflake database. Or from Power BI, I connect to Snowflake database, but I need the URL, username, password, and I need to use that in that particular tool and connect, and it will show all the databases and tables, and you can select which table you want. Simple. But we have a partner connect feature also. If you go to, there is a partner connect feature. But anyway, I'll discuss about that.
Partner connect is like an integrator tool.
Exactly.
Like, for example.
That's what I'm saying. to test it. Salesforce, we cannot find any Salesforce connector here. So we need to go to Salesforce and I need to connect to Snowflake from there and I need to pull the data, right? Correct or not?
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
else,
yeah.
or else I can do that, but I need to do programmatically. Correct, no? I need to go and connect to Snowflake and pull the data and push into Salesforce, but programmatically I have to do. But I cannot
Okay.
directly move the data from Snowflake to the tools and all. But you need to create your own customized applications only. The data migration I can do. So, I
So
can.
here So here in Snowflake, how about this coding? How much part of coding will be there? Like,
So coding side, so whatever you do, most of the coding will be SQL here. And
that is
any advanced level of coding you want to do, you need to also know a little bit about Python and Snowpark. So both are like Python libraries, right? So we need to understand about either Python or Snowpark, and those particular libraries will help you to manage the Snowflake data programmatically.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you will learn that. See, we will learn that one by one. I don't want to discuss all on the first day itself, but we need to go in a step-by-step organized way to learn this.
Fine.
You
Okay.
got it right?
Yeah, got bit introduction and will with these classes and that all.
Okay, yeah. This is the main intention for this class is to give a high-level introduction about why Snowflake and how Snowflake is different from other cloud databases and what are the different features in Snowflake. And I want to show you how to create a Snowflake account and how to log in. And I want you to experience the interface, first of all. And this interface is a new interface. There was another interface called classic interface also, which was old one. So I just want to show you about this particular like a new interface and how to log in it. And also whoever like enroll this particular training, you need to share your emails to get the access to this recording and material. So I think whoever are interacting with Sai, please reach out Sai and Sai will guide you on that. Clear?
Okay.
Any specific questions from anyone? Nikhil, any questions?
No.
Okay then. So that's all for today. And we will try to continue tomorrow and we'll try to learn about Snowflake architecture. And also we will try to see how we can go and run some other Snowflake SQL commands and learn some part of SQL as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Shri.
No worries. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
No worries, Swati. Yeah, no worries.